Hi, everyone. It's Friday of this amazing week that we've been talking about men's health, male infertility, and the last day is all about been there, done that, stories of resilience. And once again, I'm with my partner in crime, Sarah Nab, and I am so excited to be together again this year with Rob Klein. And I want to tell you a little bit about Rob and his brother. The Clyde brothers are writers and directors based in Los Angeles, California. Rob Klein and Ben Klein both are writers and directors and recently finished filming their short film, If I Could Tell You, about a couple at their end of their rope after years of trying to conceive. And why a film about infertility or fertility? One reason, it is a personal story for Rob and his wife. Although they weren't involved in the underground fertility treatments, he and his wife did live through it in conceiving their second son. So, hi, Rob. I'm so happy to be together again.
So great to be back. A lot's happened in the year. We've met a lot of the same people, and it's crazy that was a year ago.
I know. It just went by so fast, and you've been so moving and shaking and doing some amazing things, and I so appreciate the movie. I mean, I know that, I'm a groupie, and I email you like, what's going to happen? Tell me the rest, and I'm not a stalker, but I would like to know because the movie just nails it. It nails that emotional component, and I think your thoughtfulness, along with your wife Avery, who of course stars in the movie, just it brought that story to life that everyone who has been touched by a fertility challenge can identify with instantly. And so, thank you. And Sarah's here with me too, and she shares the same feeling about it. So what has changed in the year about the film? And, talk about the traction and the responses.
Sure. Well, first of all, been there, done that, right? That's how we knew what we were doing when we made this film. It does, for anybody that this is the first time hearing about If I Could Tell You, my wife and I did go through our own personal kind of struggle with infertility. We were lucky because we already had a child before we decided to do IVF and all the things that it took to get our second kid. And we were very blessed to conceive Kieran, my now 2.5-year-old, naturally. We were just, our story, it's a long story that I'd love to sit down and tell everybody about sometime, but we decided then to make a movie about it and really to focus in on the emotional struggle, the communication struggle between husband and wife, or any couple in any diagram you choose when they go through being broken. The first line in our film is the first time you go to a fertility specialist, the first thing they do is tell you that you're broken.
I know, and look at me, I'm gonna cry because that is even in the trailer that it's palpable.
Thank you. So. So to catch everybody up, we shot this film about a year ago, just over a year ago. We've been doing some special screenings. We debuted at the Nashville Film Festival back in April, and we are releasing the film August 2nd on iTunes first. So that's kind of where we are in the timeline of If I Could Tell You. Man, I'll tell you what we did this year, and honestly, you're not a stalker. I like to call you Ground Zero. Because, it all started with you, becoming a Twitter follower of ours and vice versa, and then having us on this summit. We've met so many great people in the fertility community that have supported us in our film, that have jumped behind us financially, with publicity, with shares. I mean, for a film that isn't out yet to the public, a lot of people know about it.
Yeah.
And we're excited to see it. I was just telling you before we started recording here, Dr. Paul Turek, who I know is going to be on the summit this time and probably has already aired, he came on as an executive producer of the film after seeing it. It just touched him, and he felt like we hit the groove of the kind of emotional struggles that his patients go through. And so Dr. Turek, along with many others, are becoming friends and part of this kind of movement that we're trying to create, which is to keep the conversation going. The film's really a cautionary tale of what could happen
Right.
when a couple is at their wit's end. This couple has spent over $100,000 in trying to get pregnant, and they've officially stopped trying when our film starts. And then my wife Avery does star in the film. She's the reason it's awesome, and I'm not just saying that. She's a tremendous actress, but because she pulled from her own personal story,
Right.
it came pretty much second nature to her, and she'll blow you away in this film.
Yeah, it is very powerful, and Rob and Sarah, Sarah's my yin and yang. Sarah's the science, and I'm the emotion, and that I feel like people in this industry come from the heart center about it, and there's such a connection and understanding, and the emotional resilience part is shows through the movie. Even the way Avery's husband in the movie, he does a brilliant job too, just in his facial expressions. Of course, I'm talking because I saw it, everybody. So you're gonna need to find where it's showing, and it sounds like you might be listening in on a conversation like, oh, we're excluding you, but no, you need to go see the movie. When it's in your area, and you can find that out through, if I could tell you.
Well, they can go. Number one, they can go watch that trailer right now and find out anything they need to find out about in the movie at ifICouldTellYouMovie.com.
Right.
If you go there, the trailer's right there to see it. You'll pretty much get the gist of what the film is, and then all of our partners in the community so far, everything about our actors. One of the reasons we get so much traction in social media is because the film also stars Kevin Richardson, who is one of the Backstreet Boys. They just performed at the Miss USA pageant. I don't know if you saw Kevin.
I missed that.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
So he must have loved that, Rob.
Yeah, but I don't think he's struggled the last 20 years in hanging out with beautiful women. That's for sure. Kevin and his wife Kristen had a very similar story to us. We were friends before we both went through fertility issues, and we both did end up having second children. But in the midst of that's when we decided we should do this project together. Kevin, along with being an amazing singer and performer, he's a great actor, and he's done it a lot. And I'd seen him in a lot of things and just said, man, let's do this together. So because of Kevin, we're getting a lot of traction socially. The film also has this element of what we kind of hashtag as black market fertility, or the online underworld of sperm donors. That's actually a thing.
Yeah,
there are many women out there that cannot afford to do either any more fertility or cannot afford just to do an IUI with a doctor, and so they're kind of taking matters into their own hands. They're meeting with sperm donors online. You'll see in our movie the wife meets with an anonymous sperm donor at a hotel over the weekend and gives herself injections throughout the weekend to try to get pregnant, all without her husband knowing. That's kind of the Hollywood aspect of it. That did not happen to us. That is not part of the true story.
That's not part of your been there, done that, right?
No. My son looks a spitting image of me, so that's good news. We consulted with some of these guys that are kind of, leading a double life and doing things that probably aren't recommended, especially from a Dr. Turek or anybody that we've spoken to. I mean, the system's in place to keep this process healthy. I think what we're encouraging is more of the stuff that you do, Kristen, that if any couple is going to go through trying to get a baby in this way, we like to say, man, we really want you to focus on the emotional, on the relationship side of things. And it's no secret that couples go through some serious struggles through this process, and we want them to talk about it. We want to try to break the bit of the taboo that's out there now about people embarrassed about saying that they struggle with this. And we're not saying that everybody needs to come out and announce it on Facebook, but the talking about it was the smartest thing that we ever did. Making a movie about it, I can't tell you. I would have been the last one to say I'd be talking to you right now and a sort of a poster child for infertility.
Right.
But I'm so grateful I did, and I really hope everybody will watch this movie.
Well, you know what is so healing and so helpful that you don't even know, Rob, is that just mentioning, infertility, it affects everyone. And it doesn't matter if you're a rock star or a movie producer or
Sure.
an author. It's a leveler, and it's all our human experience. And so if you're sitting alone and isolating and just listening to this, you're not alone. And it's the same struggle.
Mm-hmm. We also we really peppered in a lot of great talent in this film. So Sharon Lawrence, who's a veteran of Hollywood, she was made famous by NYPD Blue. She's probably been on 30, 40, 50 television shows and movies. She plays kind of the whole movie is kind of set over a weekend, like a self-help, transformational type of Marianne Williamson, Tony Robbins kind of a weekend. That's the woman's kind of cover to go away for the weekend, but she's really into it, and she kind of uses that empowerment to take action in what she's doing and kind of justify what she's doing. And Sharon plays an amazing self-help guru for us, as well as some cameos. Jim O'Hare from NBC's Parks and Rec is in there. Lucy DeVito, who is Danny DeVito's oldest daughter, she's tremendous in it. And then other good friends like Ryan Spahn, and of course my wife is amazing, and Joel Bryant too as the husband. And I can't forget.
Yes, he was very, very good. They were wonderful together. So that was, when he cries away, I'm not going to say much because you know me, I'll spill the beans. But
I won't spill the beans, but it's a compelling kind of thing. That's the thing. We set out to make a movie. There have been other films, and God bless them, that have been made about couples struggling, but we didn't want it to be, a Lifetime melodramatic chick flick. We really wanted to do something that could speak to both men and women, and really just hopefully keep you guessing the whole time and saying what's going to happen next, what's going to happen next. And I think we accomplished that.
No, I know you did.
And now with it is a great tool. We're going around just this next week, or yesterday when you guys see this or pre-recording this, I went to Dr. Paul Turek's clinic in San Francisco, the Turek Clinic, and we debuted the trailer there in front of a live audience, and we did it along with an art installation called The Art of Infertility. And so, man, there's so many people that are expressing their struggle or their success or whatever they're going through in infertility through art. That's so awesome. What a great way to express yourself.
It's so profound because this today, Friday, we're pre-recording, but we're talking to have the documentary film, have a baby, and then how to buy a baby, and I think that infertility now is bridging into the artist community, and that is such a great way of healing also. And
it should be, though, because that's the ones you hear all the time who are having babies in their 40s and dealing with infertility, and lots of artists who have postponed having kids in their 20s for their art and for their career, who are now struggling with it, and let's get them out of the closet, so to speak. Let's start talking more about it, and we'll have even more artistic endeavors.
Well, I am over the moon. Sarah has, this has just been a powerful week and a powerful time about helping other people dealing with this, because at the end of the day, it really is about how you come out of this, how, and you will get through this. And, throughout the whole movie, too, you want to be her champion. You want to be their champion. And I think that this week, Sarah and I, that is our intention, to be people's champions, to know that you're not alone, and your movie does that also. that.
Yeah, thank you. One other thing that I always talk about in the process of our personal story is we foster adopted a little girl before we actually got pregnant, and I think you just said, however the outcome, how you're dealing with the outcome. Some people that are watching this that are trying to have their own baby, they might decide to foster adopt, to do whatever it takes to build that family, and I support that 100% too. It was going through that process that truly prepared us to have our second child. It was having a little baby that we took care of, and then having to give her back up to her birth mom at one point. We got pregnant a week after that, and it's not a phenomenon. It's connected in some way.
Yeah, you know, when you think about the gift of, I must be some kind of a hormonal mess today because all I've been doing is crying for Sarah. But you told that story before, and it's you know, that selfless act of caring for another person when they needed it and holding space for that other parent to step up. You know, the universe was like, there you go, here's the karma, you know, here's the karma of that, and instant.
I think now, so like I said, the film will be available on August 2nd on iTunes, and the portal, every information you need for the film is at ificouldtellyoumovie.com. We're going to be doing screenings around the country. I know for sure San Francisco, LA, possibly DC, even Dallas. Special. What's that?
What about Boston?
Well, we might go to New York City. I can get you. You can take a train.
All right, I'll do that.
So we're going to do some of those. That's going to start right around the same time. So the August 2nd, right when school's starting again, be on the lookout for that. And you can contact me personally through that website as well. And
well, you know what, Rob? It's going to be all underneath, right?
Good.
Right on the view page. Everything's will be right underneath here, and you know, just click the link and see the movie. Sarah, we'll have to come together and watch it together.
I know, that would be fun. Maybe.
Road trip.
Yeah, I know.
But thank you so much. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Rob. And I'm so excited for, you know, more awareness and more showing. And you know, you have a great backing with Dr. Turek, because, you know, talking about male infertility or male fertility challenges, he's the guy too, you know.
But thank you again, Kristen. I can't thank you enough. You really were the catalyst, kind of ground zero to connect.
Well, you know what? We should probably tell that story. I don't even know how that happened. You liked me on Twitter, and then I clicked you, and then you sent me a message, or I sent you a message, and the next thing you know, it's 2 years later, and we're besties, and I'm a groupie.
Yeah. No horse heads in the bed yet. Nothing too crazy. No, it's been great. Thank you so much, and anytime I'll be glad to come here.
All right. God bless you. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Click the link. See the trailer. Holy guacamole. The trailer. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.